While rushing to a family dinner, I accidentally bumped into a gypsy woman and I was already late when fate grabbed my coat sleeve. At 72, I don't rush anymore, not unless family is involved. That evening, my son had invited everyone for a special dinner, his voice tight with importance, the kind that usually means decisions have already been made without me. I buttoned my old jacket, the one that still smelled faintly of cedar, and hurried down the narrow street, rehearsing smiles and swallowing questions. That's when I bumped into her. She appeared as if the street had exhaled her, wrapped in layers of faded cloth, eyes dark and steady, hair braided with a strip of silver thread. Our shoulders collided. My cane clattered. I muttered an apology and bent to retrieve it, embarrassed and impatient. "Careful, Baba," she said softly, her accent lilting. "You're running toward something heavy." I laughed, a thin sound. "Just a dinner," I said. "Nothing heavy about that." She smiled as if I'd told a joke, only she understood. Her fingers brushed my wrist, warm, deliberate. "The table will be full," she said, "but not with kindness. Remember this, don't give away what you built with your own hands." I frowned. "I don't have time for riddles." "You have exactly enough time," she replied. Then she stepped back into the crowd, gone before I could ask another word. I shook it off. Superstition is for the young or the bored. Still, her words followed me like a second shadow. The house glowed with light and noise. Laughter spilled through the open door. Inside, my daughter-in-law kissed the air near my cheek. My son clapped my shoulder, steering me toward the table. Everyone sat, grandchildren with phones, cousins with opinions, plates already arranged. We ate, we talked, and then the smiles tightened. My son cleared his throat. "Dad," he began, folding his napkin, "we need to talk about the house." There it was, heavy. "It's too much for you now," my daughter-in-law added quickly. "Maintenance, stairs, the neighborhood, things change." I looked at my plate. The rice had gone cold. "The house is paid for," I said. "I'm fine." "We've decided," my son continued, not meeting my eyes, "that it would be best to sell. Use the money for your care, a smaller place, assisted living maybe." The word landed like a cracked plate. I thought of the gypsy woman. Don't give away what you built with your own hands. "I built that house," I said quietly, "brick by brick. After your mother passed, it kept me standing." My daughter-in-law smiled, the kind that shows teeth but no warmth. "Sentiment doesn't pay bills, Baba." Something steadied in my chest. I realized I wasn't trembling. I was calm, clear as I hadn't felt in years. "I'm not giving you the house," I said. Silence, then laughter, soft, incredulous. "You don't have a choice," my son said. "The paperwork." "The paperwork," I interrupted, "is already done." They stared. "I transferred the house," I continued, "last month, not to you, to a trust, my trust." My daughter-in-law's face stiffened. "You didn't tell us." "You didn't ask," I said. "You decided." I stood, cane in hand, and there's more. From my pocket, I placed a slim envelope on the table. Inside were copies, bank statements, deeds, a small business registration. The garage behind my house, which everyone assumed was clutter and dust, had been a workshop for years. I repaired furniture, crafted cabinets, quiet work, honest work. The orders had grown, the income had too. "I'm not poor," I said gently. "I'm careful." My son swallowed. "Why keep this from us?" "Because I wanted to be invited to dinner," I replied, "not to a meeting." I left then, the night cool and forgiving. Halfway down the street, I felt foolishly light. The city hummed, a vendor laughed. Somewhere, a radio played an old song. At the corner, she was there again, the woman with silver thread in her braid. "You remembered," she said. "I did," I admitted, "though I don't understand how you knew." She shrugged. "Old roads teach you where the ground sinks." I reached into my pocket, offering a note. She waved it away. "Keep it. Spend it on yourself." "Who are you?" I asked. She smiled, eyes kind, someone who listens. I walked home slower, savoring each step. The house greeted me with creaks and shadows, familiar as breath. I sat at the small table by the window, poured tea, and watched the street. The next morning, my phone rang. My son's voice was softer. "Dad, can we talk?" "We can," I said, "at my place." When they came, we didn't argue, we talked. About fear, about control, about how love doesn't need ownership. It wasn't a miracle, but it was honest. Weeks later, I planted jasmine in the yard. The scent drifted through open windows. I kept working in the garage, my hands steady, my days full. Sometimes when I hurry, only a little now, I remember the woman's touch on my wrist and her calm certainty. Life bumps into you when you're rushing. If you listen, it tells you exactly what to keep.